And now, the Bonfire with Big J. Okerson.
Correale and Sebastian. Maniscalco, everyone.
I was going to do the thing where I was going to introduce myself one more time, because the last time I saw Sebastian outside with Lou, I was leaving in a huff, and I was like, hey, I gotta leave, or whatever. And then I was like, I walked away, and I was like, Sebastian was on our show. Why the fuck did I do that? You know where I was? I was by where the lady got killed from the shit falling off the building, I stopped, and I was like, that probably was meant for me. Because I stopped, and I was like, did I just reintroduce myself to Sebastian? And I saw Lou the next day, he goes, yeah, we noticed that. And I was like, fuck! So then when I found out you guys were coming on, I was like, I should do it. I wasn't on air. I was like,
presented and curtsied.
Gentlemen.
Gentlemen.
Pete and Sebastian show available wherever you listen to podcasts. Go download. Go see Lou's first husbands.
Oh, I was talking on the break. Are you guys watching any bit of that, the Playboy Exposed documentary?
No, I want to get into that though.
10 parts.
Well, that's 11, so if it's going to be 12, 12 is going to be the last one, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it was only supposed to be 10.
It was. They added 2 because when it started coming out, the twin girls from the Girls Next Door season, where it was like the twins, they came out. First of all, both of them, 150 pounds heavy. It's crazy. They gained the exact same weight as twins, which is bizarre.
If you're a twin and you were a model and you fall apart, you want to fall apart at the same time as your twin. You don't want your twin holding on a little bit longer. And
Do you think one of them just let go and the other one was like, well, it's going to be easier for me to go there than this one to get back down?
I just saw 2 twins at the train station in Jersey when I was coming here. Dudes like my age. Right?
Yeah.
We'll lose a twin. And they were walking and they were just talking. And I'm like, that's fine. They're twins, right? If I had a twin, I don't think I'd ever hang out with them, right? You know what I mean? Only at holidays, everything. It's fucking weird because everyone's. Lou, do you feel like people look at you and your brother and go, "Oh, that's too." Yeah.
All the time, yeah.
Really?
The time.
They do
You
like
may as
they're
well
amazed.
be a midget when you're with your brother. You know what I'm saying?
They throw popcorn at him and treat him like a carnival side.
And also, I don't think they on purpose, but just accidentally dress alike.
Oh wow, that's them up there, huh?
Yeah, that's Lou and Will. There they are. Look at them. I mean, done up. You're pretty hot, Lou.
Yeah, what if one twin has a different style than the other one? They always gravitate towards near the same style.
Well, what's the show, The Property Brothers? You ever see those guys, The Property Brothers on HGTV? What are their names? They're on everything.
Yeah, are they twins?
I know who they are.
They're twins, but one goes with a beard, and the other one's clean and wears flannels, and the other one is clean shaven and wears ties.
There they are.
They did, there they are.
Yeah,
That they did on purpose. They got together and flipped a coin.
Yeah, they go, what do you want?
One of us is the beard guy, and one of us is the clean shaven.
Do you think one guy got beard and flannel, and they're like, you can't have fucking both. You can't do full woodsman.
I think Lou and Will take baths together still,
Well, Lou,
just to save water.
were you always dressing alike growing up?
Yeah.
And then when is there a time where that goes, hey, we can't do this anymore? Or
We
I think
don't
he's supposed to be
even
8
think
years
about it.
old.
We don't even think about it. We just automatically do.
Still.
Yeah, we dress like we're in the 90s.
I was
if,
joking.
if your brother passed away from natural causes, would you be worried that you're going to pass away soon? I would be.
Dude, you're
that
like-
must be the shelf life
Yeah.
for my fucking body,
He goes,
right?
what do you mean? What do you mean he expired in his sleep?
They live together. They lived everywhere together.
Yeah.
They eat the same shit. They smoke. If he died, there's no reason to think you're not dying in a couple days.
That is actually a good-
Once you pass your 40s, I look at the mortality of everyone in my family, close or distant.
Yeah.
Like if I'm looking for good news, if they were like, yeah, I think a great uncle somewhere lived to like 96, I'm like, well, that's probably coursing through my veins, right?
Oh, right. Even with smoking, I'm like, one aunt had breast. That's about it. I'm okay.
Like, did Will get nervous when you were like, I can't feel my toes? And he's like, I can feel mine just
My
fine.
toes fine.
I had a fucking benign tumor removed from my neck in 2007. So, yeah, he got nervous.
But that was weird because he didn't get it removed right away. It took for like a month, he had a bowling ball coming out of his neck.
Really?
I'm not kidding.
The doctor said it was the size of a mango.
It was huge.
And you saw...
And we were doing the show like this right now.
A
and
lot
every
of
day we
people
were just
thought
And
looking
he
at
was
it.
just sitting there with a fucking mango on his neck?
Yeah, and you're trying to talk about current events and pretend that the guy you're working with doesn't have a bowling ball coming out of his neck.
He's like, yeah, it's crazy that the Mets lost. And you're like, you got a thing on
now
your neck.
picture that big lump on his neck. Smoking a Marlboro Red in front of the building.
God bless him.
It's like a contest who could die first.
God bless him.
I was
What, are
wearing,
you gonna not smoke? You're so nervous about the cancer.
I was wearing turtlenecks in the summertime to hide
I
it.
think he'd shoot Nicorette gum for like 2 days after the surgery.
When you got it removed, was it like instantaneous? You were just like felt back to normal, or how long did the healing take?
Yeah, I was right back to normal.
But it was like a woman giving birth and all of a sudden having this sense of, oh, God, glad that's out. I mean, it was significant. It was like...
Do you think it was a third twin trying to come out? Was it your third evil twin that was trying to be born?
It's the one that Lou thought Will ate, but actually Lou ate him.
Oh, no. It's Deacon, and he's pissed.
He's trying to climb out your
But
neck.
he did think he was dying, man, right, Lou? You thought you were dying.
Oh, yeah.
And did
Couldn't feel his toes for a couple weeks ago. Or
he just brought it up
ago.
on air. He goes, I can't feel my toes. And you're like,
I haven't felt my toes in months. Well, he went to the doctor, and listen, we don't go to the doctor with Lou. We got to take what he says. But Lou says things like, you said your toes were thing? He's like, yeah, he said I should drink more water. I'm like, I don't think that's what it was, but okay. What am I going to do? Check his chart?
yeah, when Lou has the medical ailments of a linebacker in the NFL from the 70s, where he's like, yeah, this arm's wonky. And you go, there's a word for that.
Well, when you go in as a doctor, if you come in, you smell like a Marlboro Red, I'm not really going to try that hard. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, what are we going to do? A miracle? You're already half dead. Fucking drink water. Goodbye.
Last time I was in there, I'm like, you're not even going to mention the smoking?
I prefer that. I prefer don't mention it. I hate when they over something. I'm a child who doesn't know. And they go, it's literally the worst thing in the world for you. He goes, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I got the word. You think I haven't found out yet? It was 1951.
God, man. Do you still smoke, Pete?
No, not cigarettes.
How long you been without cigarettes?
Oh, the last episode of Kevin Can Wait. No, a long time, man. Now, a long time. But I smoke a ton of pot.
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Everyone asks me how I quit smoking cigarettes. It's like, you just go to weed.
Yeah. A guy was walking his dog once in my neighborhood who used to smoke, and he's like, I quit smoking cigarettes because I thought if I'm going to cough and like, you know, go through it, I may as well get something out of it. So now it's only always pot. Well, that made sense. But I love a good cigarette. You never smoked in your life, Sebastian.
I was saying, did you ever
tried.
smoke pot?
Every once in a blue moon.
But no.
Oh wait, but your character smoked in the
Yeah, but
Irishman.
I didn't even really know how to do it in there.
Did you have to take drags or was just holding
I
it?
had it. I held it, and then I, up and then. It didn't look good.
Yeah, just do that.
They even cut it out. He's like, this ain't real. But I had, what do you call it? The fake cigarettes.
Yeah.
They gave me.
What are those made of?
I have no idea.
I think it's like all cigarette paper, just ground up. I think it's all just made. I did it one time, and it's gross.
It's not, so it provides no satisfaction at all.
No, it's not satiating at all. It just burns slow, and it's like weird.
If you got a guy though, when you're like doing that movie, if there's someone who smokes his character smokes and he smokes in real life, then does that guy just smoke real cigarettes in the scene, or does he also smoke the fake ones? Do you know?
I don't.
For continuity.
I don't know what the rule is in movie making in regards to cigarette smoke. If you are a smoker and you're smoking in a movie, I would assume you're smoking real cigarettes. No.
Yeah,
but
anything
I've
done, but I've also had the problem of you want to be upset with yourself for smoking at one point. How cool it is when they go, well, yeah, your guys gonna be smoking in this. So you're like, great, take one. Like, I get to smoke. Then they're like, all right, you got to smoke this one down now to get the cigarette down to where it was on the last take. You're like, shit, I'm just in here chaining cigarettes. This is great. Put on some music. By the fifth time you have to do that, you're like, green. You're like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Like
it sucks.
Like your mom caught you and you have to smoke the whole carton.
That's what it felt like. Because you're like, I can't. Like, can somebody else like just get this down halfway and then I'll just hold it again? Like, it's brutal. Like having to go that much in a row. That'd be the problem with
I
smoke.
always found it interesting when we worked here. The people that would come up and light up, like the level you got to be of fame. Like when we did the radio show with Lou and Brewer, Slash came up and pulled out his cigarettes like he was in his living room. I mean, everyone's got to go all the way down and out to the curb. And this guy, he doesn't even do is this cool? Is this cool? If you got a problem with it, then you don't have Slash on your show. It's that simple.
Yeah, it's like Slash, Chappelle. I think there's like a list of like 10 guys that can do
who
that.
did on Stern?
Yeah.
Was it Dice?
No, he didn't light it.
No, somebody
John
did on Stern.
Mellencamp.
Oh, it was John Mellencamp? Is that what it was? Oh, yeah, John Mellencamp lit up. And then Artie was like, can I light up then? And he was like, no.
Yeah.
Dennis
Dennis Leary lit up when he did our show too, you know?
Really?
And then when he did when you do your plug at the end, like something, he goes, this is Dennis Leary, and I fucking smoked on the Brewer radio show. Just me and Slash. That's it. Like, and you know, it mattered to him that like it's a short list of people that are allowed to smoke anyway.
Yeah, it's like an honorary member of a special club where you're like two of us.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all they got to do it.
Robert Kelly told me a great story once when he was doing Leary's TV show with him. And he goes, the first day we're filming, in between takes, Leary lights up a cigarette, you know, and they were both in a band. And Leary's the rock star of the band, and Bobby's the drummer. So Bobby goes, I light up a cigarette. Leary just looks over at me and goes,
Just shook him off.
just shook him off. Like, not you, only me. Yeah.
This is reserved only for me. Put that out. You're the drummer of our fake band.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's got. As a cigarette smoker, do you want
You
that?
could smoke, Sebastian. You just sold out the garden, the
Yeah.
Barclays, and the fucking Prudential.
Yeah.
You're gonna
I think you get
start now, guy.
You get New York rules from 2000.
Yeah, dude, start smoking cigarettes. You're gonna look so cool.
New York rules from 2000.
you get pre-Bloomberg rules.
Yeah, you're one more movie away from smoking on a Delta flight, bro.
It's like, you can light up right here, sir. We don't care.
Oh God.
I one time at the cellar, when I first got in at the cellar in 2011, I was still smoking, and I got off stage and Chappelle went on after me, and then Chappelle got up and came up to the table and was sitting at the table, and I asked him, I was like, just as a fan here, what do you smoke? He's like, I smoke American Spirits, and he gave it to me, and I was like, oh, you want to go smoke? And he's like, smoke right here, and he lit up in the olive tree, and I went, well, yeah, you're Dave Chappelle, you can smoke. I need this place for rent. And he just goes, you can if Dave Chappelle lights you a cigarette. And he leaned over and he lit my cigarette, and I looked at Esty and I went like that, and she went, okay. And I took 2 puffs, and I looked, and every server and bartender was staring at me, and I just put it out in a glass, and Esty was like, thank you.
I've been there. There's when you get the stink on you from somebody else is nice though. 'Cause
Yeah.
when you don't have to get, that was the good thing about touring with the Tell so much.
Oh yeah.
It was like in the green room, like he would just do it, and it was like, yeah. And I would even at first be like, no, they don't mean me. And he's like, you could smoke, fine. But when I go myself, like they have to come in and tell me if they know I smoke. Like they'll come in and be like, you can smoke. I never assume.
Yeah.
So I could just like start smoking.
I've always been blown away by those guys that go into green rooms and they're just like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking smoke weed and
Just
party and shit, and you're like, I'm always just like, I'm sorry, I'm here.
I know.
Are you guys mad at me for being?
Because
in
also
this
there's
room?
some green rooms that have like signage up, particularly like, don't smoke weed in here. We don't give a fuck who you are.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Smoking,
fair.
not smoking no indoors was good for my career because I was such a fool. I smoked like when I did stand up. Like I loved Dice when I was young. I mean, I loved Leary, you know. And I remember, like, I'd play, you remember you do the comedy, the Dangerfields, they were like 30-minute spots.
Mm-hmm.
So I would sometimes be on my 3rd cigarette, and like audience members, I'm not even doing good. I was young, and someone would yell out, another one! I'm like, they're fucking more concerned about my cigarette smoking than the show.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It is wild to go back and think, though. Like, I did start comedy, like, long ago enough that, like, I remember the Comedy Cellar having, like, you see in the light, like, that thick cloud of just smoke going through the whole place, and it didn't even seem crazy.
No.
Like, in hindsight now, you're like, how could that... Like, as a smoker, I would never want that. Like, it seems horrible.
I know. It's funny because Keith Robinson used to hate the smoke when you smoked in there. And he was so annoying about it. And then when I quit smoking, I was like, Jesus, Keith, I apologize. This is disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
I can smell my neighbor 2 doors down when he smokes a cigarette in the morning, you know? It comes into my window.
You don't get the itch anymore?
No, not anymore, man. Not any. I get it. My daughter, my wife, they'd kill me anyway. So, yeah.
No, but I'm saying, but you don't have the, like you're like, man, it'd be good to have a cigarette right now, or is that all gone?
You know what? When I go, and it's been a while, but when I'm in like London or Europe, I feel like you're allowed to. It doesn't even count.
It feels
doesn't
like
count. Yeah.
Yeah, no one's gonna know back home.
Yeah.
Let me fucking get one. Did you ever, Sebastian? Did you ever smoke growing up? Did you ever like try it?
I was a good kid.
Yeah.
Didn't really get in trouble.
Yeah.
And you talk about these green rooms. When I would, go into a green room, I'd like keep it, neat. I didn't leave it like,
Yeah.
I cleaned my plate. I brought it back to the kitchen.
Really?
I would never dare smoke.
I'm far
or-
more than that. I'll smoke weed in them if they say. I don't smoke cigarettes in them, mostly because I have to be in there too. It's just going to close. It'll be all over you. But like weed, I'll smoke. But I'm also that too, like trashing. Some people do is like leave it. It goes, oh yeah, there's the nachos I didn't eat and 3 nose blows, and you're like, dude,
Stack your plates. At least.
Nothing's worse though than when they leave their girlfriend in there when they go on stage. That drives me nuts. When the
You get to
middle
talk
act,
to a features girlfriend.
yeah, it's like when your boyfriend or whatever is not in here, you're not either. You don't linger.
My
You know
favorite,
what I mean?
my favorite line is always like, "Sorry if this is awkward. I don't listen to your podcast. And you're like, all right, then why are we doing this?
Hey, get out.
I'm trying to get into a headspace here.
But Sebastian, you used to bring, if I'm not mistaken, remember donuts and stuff like to the Gotham for the wait staff and stuff.
Yeah, I used
early on?
to. Yeah, I don't know if you guys ever did that. Bring like pizza or donuts to the staff because I was told the staff had a big voice in who came back to the club.
Very smart.
If you
Before
were not,
you're selling seats.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why I relied.
Did you?
So
did you-
it wasn't so much with like now I do that more, just like take care. I'm gonna get pizza for the staff or something, but it was more just like tipped heavy and just kind of left a light footprint and try to do good on stage was what kept me. Even the 10 clubs around the country that I would headline years before I could headline regularly, like I only was brought back for that. It was nothing about ticket sales. They were like the staff was like, he's cool, and he comes and he's like,
Whenever you follow a tell, the staff is always like, he brought in candy. He was so fun, and you're like, all right, is there a fucking CVS close to here? Now I gotta go buy a bag of Tootsie Pops.
When someone has the idea that ruins it for you, it's like you're always like, hey, how was Burt Kreischer last week? And he goes, oh, he did a raffle. Like all the staff got $4,000 a piece in tips. He goes, you're not going to be corny and do that same thing, are you? You have your own way to get us a lot more money, don't you? And, no.
How are you going to get us money? You're like, I don't know, dude. I'm sorry. The Thursday's half sold.
I know. I'm going to sip a few Blue Moons. You won't even know I'm here.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's the one, too. It's either you bring them presents or you're like, you're not even going to remember I was here.
That's more I do. It goes mozzarella sticks. If you even remember or don't. Don't even.
I never get food. I just get beer, and then I leave it to the owner to give to the person who was my personal week. But I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, donuts, guy. Holy shit.
No. Donuts, cupcakes, pizza, and then I would get a little upset when I didn't get like a thank you.
But not even like hey, that pizza was great.
Yeah,
they just walk by you.
Yeah, you don't even know if it worked because you blew up. You were coming back
Like,
anyway.
I didn't go back. I don't care about your stupid 2 fucking stoplight town. I'm out of here.
Yeah. Also, what about the when you don't get a thank you when it's pointed out too? He goes, oh, those donuts were great, and I'm like, yeah, Sebastian brought them. And I go, oh, you brought them. It's cool. It's like cool. Like,
Yeah, you're going to a show carrying 24 donuts, walking past the line. They're like, "This is the guy we're seeing." You're like, "Yay!" There's a Winchell's down the street. Yeah, that's dealing with when you hear the nightmare stories of comics in green rooms, it always makes you feel better that you're like, well, at least I'm not that guy. At least I'm not demanding a new pair of shoes for every show.
the one that was notorious for that apparently stopped doing it, though.
Eddie Griffin?
I think eventually they said no, and he probably didn't ask again. One time getting no to a wacky demand like that is probably quick to make you not ask again.
Yeah.
Because someone goes, no, why would we do that? Why would you possibly need a new pair of sneakers for every show? And he goes, oh, and you put it like that, I guess. Like, shit.
Well, I guess on paper it doesn't work.
Even when you play someplace good, and they're like, the rider, what do you need? You know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm always just like, I'm just going to have a couple beers. I don't even eat there. I don't want coffee or anything. And then when they do that, you sure? Anything else? And it's like, and you almost think, well, what else could I get? They're offering anything, but I don't need it. There's nothing I need. I'm not going to walk out with a sandwich. I mean,
earbuds. I need new earbuds.
Yeah.
Get me earbuds. Wireless
Seeing the
ones.
remaining people outside, and you're walking with a bunch of to-go food from a comedy club that you know is you're gonna get back to your room and be like, well, this all sucks now. It's cold, coagulated pulled pork or some shit.
The time I felt really bad about it was Pittsburgh Improv. What's the sandwich place in Pittsburgh? That's
Permanente.
There's one next to the Improv, and they're like talking it up, and they're like, "You're gonna fucking love it." I was like, "There's an NBA playoff game after I'll watch," and they're like, then it was closed. The one next to him was closed, and the club was like, "We're gonna get it for you. We're gonna send a manager to go to and I'm like, "No, I don't want it that bad." And they're like, "No, he's already gone. Chase already left." And I'm like, "Fuck, man!" And then I'm just sitting in the green room waiting for him. And he comes in with 2 bags. I'm like, "Thanks, man. I've never had it before. I don't know."
now you got to pretend it's fantastic.
Oh my God! They put the fries on the sandwich.
Every bite is judged, so you gotta go. Crazy. You think you're crazy.
Told you worked it, right? Worked the wait.
He goes,
Yeah.
totally. I'm so glad I'm getting less sleep. I still have to fly out in
You know
about
what's
3
crazy
hours.
is Chase's son is 5 and he's sick, so he's not. He had to go get those sandwiches.
So why don't you thank Chase
They don't know
extra?
the concept of New York City. You could get 10 better sandwiches in one block than
at a
this piece
deli.
of shit you just made me wait
If it has a boar's head, if it has a boar's head logo on the deli, it's probably better than what you're ever going to bring me.
Me and DeRosa waited in line one time 2 hours for this, like the Italian hoagie of San Francisco that was like the thing, and we got it. No food's worth 2 hours in line. Well, we got it. I'm like, it was never going to live up to what it was. I wanted to peg the sandwich back at the place. It was so inferior. Yeah, that kind of like.
Could you say, Sebastian, the best meal you ever had at a restaurant? Wait, like, I mean, nothing's worth 2 hours. I hear you, but like, it made me think, like. On my wife's birthday, we go to these fancy ones in the city, and we went to the, it began with an S, I think. It's like Le Cirque. Yeah, not an S. And it was like, holy shit, this is like science or something. I was like melting in my mouth. I didn't know what the fuck I was at. Like, do you have a place like that where you like, I was in this da-da-da?
Not a melt in your mouth, but actually this Milos right here, I don't know if you guys eat Greek and have been over here to Milos, is probably one of the best restaurants I've ever been to.
Really?
Consistency and quality.
Yeah.
Can't beat it.
Say, now, dude, my brother-in-law's Greek. Every time I go there, he makes a lamb. I'm not a lamb guy. Is that what you go with?
Lamb. No, I get the fish, but I do like a nice lamb.
Yeah, I lived in Astoria for 15 years, and our friend Stavros, his whole family's from Athens and stuff. And there's this place, BZ Grill in Astoria, and I was like, yeah, it's like a hole in the wall or whatever. And Stavros is like, that's the best Greek food you're gonna get in Astoria. He's like, that's the closest to anything I've had in Greece. Really? And we went, and he speaks Greek. When you speak Greek, the way they bring the food was like a musical. They were dancing it to the table, bringing extra tzatziki sauce. I went
smashing plates.
Yeah, I tried to go back the next week and I asked for a ginger ale, and you thought I tried to fuck his mom. I was like, "Can I have a ginger ale?" And he's like, "This fucking disgusting asshole." I was like, "I'm sorry, I don't know Greek."
Sebastian, what's your like go-to like Chicago place? Do you have like when you go back home? Like...
Chicago place. Well, I like Portillo's.
Yeah, I was talking about Portillo's yesterday. I'm fucking excited.
Italian beef.
Woo!
Double dip.
You get out on a Thursday night of like the at the Zany shows. On Thursday, you can get out on time to go get Portillo's before it closes.
I like a lot. I'm a sucker for deep dish. I like that hot dog with a bunch of wacky shit on it.
Hot dog.
Yeah, there's in Chicago the hot dog. It's got like egg and pickle slices on it. They call it a Chicago hot dog everywhere.
Yeah.
No, I never had that.
What's it? It's right next to. He goes, am I making this up?
Jay, what are you talking about?
Slender Man gave it to me. Was he not there?
I sell you out. I go, there's no such thing as this. God, sorry, Sebastian. This is crazy.
Look up the Chicago
Is
hot
it the
dogs.
bratwurst thing you're talking about? Maybe.
No, a Chicago dog. I know what you're talking about. It's got a pickle on it, like a
hard-boiled egg sometimes, like all kinds of crazy shit.
I thought you were like pretending like you didn't know what it was. I thought it was a total with the tomatoes, right?
No, yeah, I mean, that's I never seen an egg though on the hot dog. The pickle.
I may be dramatizing the egg in my head. In my mind, I think it's real, but I think there's no egg.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's the Chicago hot dog with the pickle and the mustard and
peppercini,
the onion. Yeah.
Did you ever have when I was in Italy? They had like a hot dog stand, but they have tripe, and you ever heard of it or see it? And it smelled and looked so good. And I couldn't wait to get it. Have you ever had it? It is the shittiest.
What, tripe?
Tripe.
Yeah, it's like, isn't that stomach
lining?
Oh my God, it was horrible. I just thought maybe someone else here would have had it. We bonded on that.
You know what I had? I have had tripe at like an Asian restaurant, and I was waiting in line outside. This was during the pandemic, and I was with my girlfriend, and we were in Portland, and my feature act, like we all went to go get food, and it was like tripe, and we're standing outside, and my girlfriend's like, "What is tripe?" And I was like, I was doing that typical guy thing where you just try to get, you're like, it's like esophagus, I think, or something, and this other guy waiting in line just goes, it's stomach lining, like behind him, and I was like, oh, fuck.
It's like sweetbreads, and like it's glands.
You were close.
I don't know. Yeah, sometimes meats like
Adventurous. I mean, Ari Shafir, I told you, took me and Bobby Kelly this past weekend for Burmese food where I don't know what I had, but something in my soup winked at me. That's for sure. It was still alive when it went down.
Yeah, no, see, there's like, no one takes me for that kind of shit, you know?
Are you into it?
I want to go to deep into Chinatown.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Oh, see,
I mean, like bizarre foods like Andrew Zimmer, you know what I mean?
I went all of the most basic, like what we did. My idea was to go to a man versus food place out in when we were in Grand Rapids, me, Ari, and Bobby.
Yeah, you want cable foods.
Yeah, exactly. It was like a pork sandwich with beer cheese on it. Like, yeah, dude.
Yeah, a guy almost died eating this.
Yeah, right next to right next to M&M's spaghetti in a bucket shop.
Yeah. But you know what? Like asking Sebastian about Chicago, that happens when people are like, when they go to Denver and they're like, what should I get? I'm like,
Weed?
I don't know. Yeah. Go skiing. The foods,
Weed,
I don't know.
tons of
Breakfast
water.
burrito? Yeah. You're going to get a headache from the altitude.
Yeah, that is the funny. They say it's like breakfast burrito, green chili thing. It's like very like Mexican food.
But Chicago has like a lot of restaurants. Philadelphia, you got like, you know where to go. You can say the things like, should I go get a deep dish or whatever? Denver, it's like, what do you do in Denver? You're like, omelet? How do you feel about omelets?
There's nothing like Denver's known for food.
There's not like a thing where you like.
Is that green? What's it called?
Green chili.
Green chili.
They really hype themselves up about green chili, and then Rocky Mountain oysters, which is just balls.
Bull testicles.
Bull testicles, which is
hot.
That's a hard thing to sell to someone to eat.
I wouldn't. What's the most adventurous thing you've ever eaten?
I don't know. I don't go like he's saying you went Burmese. If I would have if Ari Shafir said we're gonna have Burmese, I don't tend to go to those things.
You know, like Indian.
I like Indian, but I don't know. I don't like to really step.
You're not going to go
outside
and get a
my
crazy
comfort
one if I'm like, you want to go have Croatian? I'm like, I don't really.
No, I don't know. I mean, I'll go. I don't know.
I want to try it, but I don't want to risk my whole meal being
Yeah, I don't
you
want
know?
to.
That's
the
it.
thing.
That's
ruin the
it.
meal.
You don't want to fuck up your entire meal because you want to try eyeballs from Egypt.
It's a wasted meal.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Especially on the road.
Yeah.
You're like, I could have not eaten anything today.
I still have memories of my Italian grandma. We'd have pig's feet, and I just remember this 80-year-old lady on Christmas Eve getting her teeth in between the knuckles of the fucking pig. And I'm like, this is bizarre, man. Little Italian lady just getting at it.
What did you have, Christmas luau's?
Here's your lay. Here's your Christmas lay.
Damn.
No, don't act like this is happening in
It's
every
Italian. You don't know that?
I never saw my grandmother eating knuckles.
Well, I mean, you weren't looking, man, but they do. If you go to the supermarket, they jar the pig's ears and the pig's feet. There they are, right there.
I
Where'd you grow up in fucking Harlem?
Pickled pig's feet.
Yeah.
My
My
dad grew
Italian
up-
grandmother.
Oh, they did,
Mama.
They grew up in the Bronx. Yeah.
I mean, pig's feet is, damn it. That's like we can't have anything else to eat.
So it's okay because you take a bite 2 feet up further on the pig. Oh, you're biting into the back. That's so much classier.
Old doo-doo Jay and his fucking won't eat animal
Oh,
feet.
sorry, Prince Okerson.
My apologies.
Clubs and hooves disease. Make sure you listen to the Pete and Sebastian Show, available wherever you listen to podcasts. BigJComedy.com, in Ontario Improv tomorrow through Saturday, and bonfiremerch.com.
You know, Dan's going to be this weekend, Cobb's Comedy Club, Friday and Saturday, San Francisco. Come
how
out
fun,
big.
bro.
I'm excited. Never done Cobb's, only done the Punchline, so I'm excited to finally
It's
do
awesome.
Cobb's.
Yeah.
I was just there, dude. They're waiting for you.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
They're fucking stoked. Thank you guys so much for being
All
here.
right, bro.
man.
Thank you,
Thanks for
guys.
having us.
Thank you so much.
Lou. Now we'll both call Lou and see who he comes to. Lou.
Lou, over
Lou. 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 Lou.
Over here.
Lou.
Over here.
Lou.
All right.
You've been listening to SiriusXM's Bonfire. New episodes every Tuesday through Friday mornings and full shows always on SiriusXM.